I'm gonna show you how I turned this corner into the perfect chill spot. Here's what you can expect. I'll show you the steps I took to create large concrete pavers, which could be used for walkways or your patio space. I mapped this project out on paper first, so I had an idea on what I needed. When I pick up lumber and I don't use them that day, I tend to clamp them and let them sit until I get ready to use them. After I measured and marked the parts, I'll then use a circular saw to cut all the parts needed. I'll need to build 3 massive frames, which I'll be using as the form. I started building the frames with nails, but after I considered it, I switched over to screws later. Being that I'm working solo, I have to think of ways that I can work efficiently. Once I have the large frame built, I'll then create smaller frames inside that frame. The inner frames are measured at 46 by 46. Now I could make each of the frames separately, but this is where the efficient part come in. By using long 2x4s, this will make things faster, but also easier to keep the entire frame level. With the first frame completed, I made 2 more. I'll address this more in the next video, but in a nutshell, I picked the location and flattened it as much as I could. Since the yard is at a pitch, I had to do a decent amount of digging. Then I took the longest and straightest 2x4 that I had with a large level and checked the location just to make sure I was at least close enough. Now I'll bring out the frames and position them. I need to cut some stakes so I can hold the form in place. At this point, I have the frames in the exact position that I want them. Now I need to take the stakes and drive them in right up against the frames.